Today's problem string is called Trading Places. Let's see if you can figure out why it's called Trading Places when you get to the sample problems on the back of your sheet. The first problem we're going to work with today is what is 8 times 3/4? Remember, as we're multiplying a whole number by a fraction, we have several strategies that we've already discussed that we can use. The first one I'm thinking, hint, 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 is called a ratio table. Think about what numbers you're going to put in the first column of your ratio table. I chose 1 and 8 because knowing that I'm multiplying a whole number times a fraction, I think it's going to be much easier for me to work with finding a fraction of the whole. This is just a preference. Now that I've selected the numbers, what should I do with them? Whatever I decide to do with them, I have to make sure I do the same operation twice. If you said divide 1 by 2 to find 1/2, I agree. And then I'd need to divide 8 by 2. What would that give me? You've got it. 1 divided by 2 is 1/2, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now, my goal is to get me to find 3/4 of 8, or 8 times 3/4. What should I do next? You're right. I should divide 1/2 by half, because we do know that half of a half is 1/4. So that would mean I need to divide 4 by 2 as well. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. Almost there. One more step. Finally, I'm going to multiply this unit fraction of 1/4 by 3 to get me to 3/4. And then I'm going to multiply 2 by 3. And there you have it. 8 times 3/4, or 3/4 of 8, is 6. How'd you do? Or, round them up, Jesse, there's one more option. Actually, there's 2 more options, but let's get this next one going. We can simply find the unit fraction to help us without using a ratio table. In other words, 1/4 of 8. 1/4 times 8 is 2. You might be wondering, how do we know that 1/4 times 8 is 2? You think of 8 being divided into fourths, or 8 divided by 4, since this is a unit fraction of 1/4. And it's the same as thinking 4 times some number equals 8, or 8 divided by 4. Now that you've figured out that 1/4 of 8 is 2, you multiply that by 3, because essentially we want to find out what 3/4 of 8 is, or 3/4 times 8. So 3/4 times 8 equals 2 times 3, which is 6. 3/4 of 8 is 6. The last strategy of trading places is called chunking. When chunking, you have to think about breaking a number up into pieces, or chunks. So for 8, I chose 4 plus 4, but there are several other numbers that you can use. For example, just think of any way that you can make 8. 5 plus 2 plus 1, 5 plus 3. There's so many combinations. But like I said, we're going to do 4 plus 4 right now. After I chunk my number into the 2 partial sums, I'm going to find 3/4 of that number. So 3/4 of 4, or 3/4 times 4 is... The next step is to find 3/4 of that number. So because I chose 4 plus 4, I'm only going to find 3/4 times 4. And since I have the same number twice, I will just be repeating that process. 3/4 of 4 is 3. Again, if you look at the fraction 3/4 and think about the number, you have 4 and you have 3 out of 4 sections, then you have 3. And like I said previously, we're going to do this twice. I like simple and efficient. So 3/4 times 4 is 3, again, of course. And what do you think I'm going to do with these numbers now? If you said add them up, then you're right. Awesome! Now you have 3 strategies to use in your toolbox of strategies for multiplying fractions and whole numbers. Way to go.